5 in the morning. Trump. Now about 2 weeks back, I deleted every single one of my Trump videos on this channel. Because after that first debate when he said the cat and dog thing, at the time Kamala Harris seemed really strong. But after her CNN debate, after all the word salad, after just plain Trump's gonna win. You got Lickman there saying who's correctly predicted who's won the presidency for the last like 20 times or 10 times or something like that, except one time. And he's picking Kamala Harris, and I think that guy is totally 100% wrong. I believe Trump, even though it's 5 in the morning. This man's gonna win. 100% is gonna win. It's pretty simple. You got wars basically happening now. You got Iran, you got Israel, you got Ukraine, you get so much stuff happening in the world. You almost need this man to fix things. Like, and I really don't think, honestly, as a Canadian watching all this unfold, I don't think the Democrats can do it. I really don't. Wait a second. It wasn't centered. So, what I think is going to happen is the economy is so bad right now with inflation and everything. Even though the Fed and everything gave a 50 basis point, a 0.5% basis point on a cut, on interest rate cuts, which will help. Trump gets back in power. By then, there's going to be more interest rate cuts. Maybe the next one in November is going to be 25%. You got the crypto bull run coming. You got the economy's going to start recovering right when he becomes president again. And I'm saying he will be president again. No doubt about it now. The guy knows how to talk. The guy, love or hate the guy, he just knows what he's talking about. Kamala Harris, I've watched so many interviews lately, and she's just like a deer caught in headlights. She doesn't, and I don't know how many people at my work just laugh at me. Like, there's no way Trump's ever going to be president. And people just hate Trump. But they just don't understand. It's economics. It's money. This man equals economic recovery. And I'm sure people are going to be watching this video and they're going to laugh at it. But the man's going to get and what's he going to do? He might. Honestly, I don't think he's going to go heavy into the tariffs this time. And I'm calling this. I think he's going to do tariffs, but I don't think he's going to do as heavy as last time, because he knows that tariffs hurt other countries, hurt the people in those countries for jobs and stuff like that. So honestly, I don't think he's gonna he's gonna do tariffs against main countries and stuff like China and stuff like that. But I don't even think might even not even do that, because you look at China. China just did their stimulus, which they pumped billions and billions of dollars into our economy. If you watch them, they waited until the U.S. did an interest rate cut or even did anything for them to respond. Japan, they didn't wait and they paid for it. They paid for it with their trade and stuff like that when they raised interest in it, and then carry trades happened, and it destroyed a lot of economic. How can I explain? They did it too soon, and they even admitted they did it too soon. Anyways, that goes into the economy thing that we have problems when countries are not going to wait for the American rate cut or rate do nothing or the basis point increase, but thank God there was a 0.5% rate cut, because it did stimulate. It did. I've seen it in crypto. It went up after that. And historically, when there was a rate cut, it's always gone down after that. This went a little bit and then went down, but it's recovered already. It's not totally recovered, but it's recovered. What I'm trying to say is, when he gets back in power, he's gonna bring back energy. He's gonna reopen the pipeline to Canada, the one that was shut down, which is I can't remember the name of it. I'd have to Google it, but the XL pipeline, or the one that's shut to the Canadian border side, is right up to the border and shut down. It's sitting there, it's just waiting to get completed, which caused Democratic Biden cost a lot of money to Canadians shutting that down, and multi-millions of dollars in jobs, and that was lost just on that pipeline being shut down, the Keystone pipeline. I just remembered it. So, like I've said before, even though we all need, in this planet needs to go to electric, you can't, because all these economies and everything run on oil still, and you can't just shut it down. You just can't do that yet. I am for the earth. I am for fixing global warming and stuff, because it has to happen. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. But as more electric cars and everything, like Tesla and more come online, and over time it will get better and better. The CO2 levels probably will come down, and I personally believe that the jetliners need to be electric, because that is the biggest polluter. You have 5,000-6,000 thousands of commercial. Just a second. Okay, this is in real time. What has this got to do with Trump? This is the real airline tracker, which is airlines over the United States right now, as we talk, right? Now, that's just here. Now you go over here, over Europe. This is all the airlines in the air, and they're all spewing exhaust. This, I believe personally, and people are not talking about this, I believe personally that this is the problem that we're having with emissions, but nobody's talking about it. Okay? There's nobody talking about this. And you could zoom into any individual, and as you zoom in, there's more. Like, people don't realize how much there is. And you could zoom into one airline, and you could track it. You could track it in real time. And this is just the airlines in the air right now. Now this here is the commercial vessels all around the world. The shipping container spewing out diesel. This is a problem. This is a problem. And these are ships in real time. And when you look at the amount of shipping, just so if you put airline and here we went from Trump to this, right? This is the problem. Airlines and shipping all have to go electric. That's all there's to it. And this is right over Edmonton. There's hardly no jetliners. There's only one. And you can literally click on it. And it tells you where it's going. It's coming from Anchorage. It's going to wherever the hell that is. But, so tells you everything you need to know about this flight. Anchorage, Cincinnati, Northern Kentucky International Airport. So let's get back to Trump. So world pollution's a problem, and that's just ships and airlines. We're not talking about factories. We're not talking about just us heating our homes and CO2 in the air. It's a big problem. It needs to be fixed. But the ships and airlines first have to be converted into, as you've seen, and some of you probably like, holy crap, you probably never seen something like, you probably never even knew that existed, right? So let's get back to Trump. So when people say about climate change and everything, you can't take any president or any anybody elected or anything seriously until what I showed you needs to be fixed. So forget about it. But energy, obviously, all those airlines, all those ships need energy. Not just talking about us and our homes, not talking about us driving to and the amount of vehicles is, you think about that on top of it all. So energy, oil is not going anywhere. And going anywhere for a long time, because you need to power all that. Oil. It's 5:30 in the morning. I'm freaking tired. I want to go to bed, but I need to get this off my chest. I literally fell asleep. I was gonna stream, but I ended up falling asleep. And next thing you know, here I am, 5 in the morning. I woke up and I was watching some stuff on. Kamala Harris, because I'm deep diving Kamala Harris, looking at all old interviews. Oh, she's not a president. I can't see it. I really can't see it. And I think Americans, in the end, even if you get Trump for another 4 years, you could only go another 4 years. And there, I don't know how many conspiracy theory people say, oh, he's going to change the Constitution, he's going to rip up the Constitution. No, don't be dumb. I don't know how many people, even at work, just dumb. Oh, he's gonna suspend, or he's gonna be a third term, he's gonna be a dick. No. I think he just wants to prove a point, get back into office 4 more years, and then you got somebody 4 years. And one guy at work, I even had a big argument with a guy at work, and he goes, listen, if Trump becomes president, it's going to be World War III, and I'm going to quit my job, I'm going to go here because the whole place is going to get nuked. No country is stupid enough to launch a nuke in their own backyard, especially over there. Any nuke even comes near North America or anything, I don't think there's a chance in hell it'd even reach here. I think it'd be taken down. We have so much. Anyways, let's just don't even talk about anything nuclear, because I think there's a chance in hell that's ever going to happen. Even though any time in history we're pretty close to it, but that ain't going to happen. What I'm trying to say, after all said and done, is Trump's going to be president. 100%. Chuck, guarantee you. He's gonna be president. This man here, after I watch him talk more, I've been watching a lot of Kamala Harris. And then you look at the debate and everybody that's biased on the Democratic side. Oh, Vance lost. Vance lost. Even clearly he fucking won. Waltz just not. Waltz. Not a chance. Kamala Harris and Waltz. It ain't gonna happen. It's Trump and Vance. I think in the end, when this happens about a month from now, and it's the 5th, and the reason I did this video because I wanted one solid month for people to see this video. This will be uploaded today on October 5th, 2024, and I'm calling it like I called in 2016. I could go to that video and say 2016, tell you exactly, and he won. That video will never be taken down. That's another channel though. This man here, you got middle class moving into motorhomes. You got poor people living in tents all over America. You got inflation just rampant, but I think that has nothing really to do with Democrats and everything. I don't blame that on anybody because it's just the world we live in. You got, you basically have inflation because we came out of a pandemic and nothing kind of caught up. End of story. You got stimulus money that came in, even Canada with the CERB payments, like that's kind of like a stimulus. And so a whole bunch of money came into the system, and when money comes into the system, then guess what happens? That money just shoots everything up because there's more money in the system. Now, let's talk about crypto. A lot of people hate crypto. There's a lot of people even at work, like, oh, I put my money in something solid. Let's talk about Bitcoin, which I'm 100% Bitcoin maxi. 4 years in Bitcoin. Believe in Bitcoin. Love Bitcoin. Everything to do with it. Because my money I put in there, it goes in there. Sometimes Bitcoin goes up, goes down. But Bitcoin's like this. It goes up. Right now, Bitcoin. Let's go to Bitcoin. Because I'm gonna show you the future here. Right here, this is Bitcoin. Now, Bitcoin is at 62,100 or 62,198 right now, right? So, and that's up by $2,000 in the last 24 hours and everything. And on Bitcoin Live, I was telling these people here the last 3 days that you're gonna see Bitcoin hit 63,000. You got Canadian GST money coming out. As it came out as of yesterday. You got the workers' benefit coming out on the 12th, so that's going to boost Bitcoin all across Canada. All kind of poor, low-income people are going to get that, including myself. And you got carbon tax rebate all across Canada for everybody coming out on the 15th. It's going to boost Bitcoin. And I knew Bitcoin was going to get boosted because all this free money was coming into the system, and I was right, and it went up. Now, as you're watching this video, chances are it's going to be near the 63,000 range. I believe later October, Bitcoin is going to be in a range of $63,000, or all-time high. All-time high is $73,000, which is the world record for any crypto coin as of one coin to reach that price. Now that price is going to go to 75,000, which is the world record all-time high. Then in November, you're going to have a Bitcoin around between 80 and 90,000. December, I really believe by Christmas, you can come back, and hopefully you come back by Christmas and watch this video at the very end. You're going to have 100,000 six-figure Bitcoin. It's going to be hard to get there, but it's going to get there. Either it's in early January, but I really believe 100,000 Bitcoin is going to come in December by Christmas. Now, whoever wins the election, like I said, I believe Trump, you're going to have Bitcoin 100,000. Then what's going to happen is people are going to go, oh my God, Trump's in power and Bitcoin's at 100,000. That is a eureka moment. It's a bull run. Bull run. Never think crypto is influenced by any president. It is influenced by the election because it just happens. That's just the way it is. It's influenced by that. See, my best indicator of, and what's this got to do with Trump? It has a lot to do with Trump because here's the election right here, right? Here's the election, right about, let's see, put it on pause, or I can't put it on pause because, so here's, so it's about here, right? So you look at the halving cycles in Bitcoin itself, it's every 4 years. So you got a halving here, you got a halving here, halving here. The halving was back in April, just happened. Here's the bull run, all-time high, all-time high, all-time high, double top. And the all-time high here is going to be anywhere from, which I almost think it's impossible, 214,000, but I really starting to believe it's going to be around $300,000. Where my money I have right now is going to go 3x. And some of the alts I hold are going to be hundreds of X's. It means a lot of money in my pocket. Now, this is when the presidential thing happens. So, in the first year, you're going to have a big bull run, and that bull run's going to carry into the stock market. It's going to carry into collectibles. It's going to carry into Magic the Gathering. It's going to collect. So, if Trump is president, which I believe he will be, then all this economic thing is going to happen this next year, and I don't want you to get confused where people are going to say, oh, look at the whole economy and everything just cut. No, it has nothing to do with that. It has to do with this 4-year cycle. So, and you could literally, I think you could zoom in here, if I remember, or they changed it maybe. One of these, you could zoom in. You could zoom in. Tells you exactly kind of where we are right at this moment in time, and you could see how close we are to $100,000. It's not even far. It's right here, and the way this goes, it's probably going to go into the banana zone, orange zone, tangerine zone, and so on. We'd love to get in a cherry zone, but anyways. So, Trump. %. I'll be very, very surprised if he did make it, because you watch a lot of stuff with Kamala Harris, just word salad, just teleprompter. She's being directed. At least with Trump, half the time, he just says his own shit. Even though some is just kind of dumb, like eating cats and dogs and everything, just dumb. That's why I changed my stat. That's why I came on and just deleted all my Trump videos. Like, even the one where I predicted, I said, even my video where I said there was going to be assassination attempts and everything, and I deleted that video. Maybe that's a good thing. That was before all the assassination attempt. If you watch that, you know, it's no bullshit. And I wish I didn't go and delete everything, but now it's pretty simple. I really believe this man's gonna be president. Good or bad. People think it's gonna be the end of the world. No, the guy's just a businessman. He's gonna put more money in your pocket. He's gonna make it so inflation is all gonna come down anyways. It has nothing to do with him. It has to do with the quantity easing kind of thing, the basis point cuts, and you're gonna have cuts all through 2025. That's all there's to it. It's gonna break down. It has nothing to do with them. Bitcoin. Now, if you're tired of crypto and everything, I showed you where crypto's going to be. Now, you listen to me very fucking carefully. Very carefully. Here's my quick kind of reference kind of thing, right? For all my stuff where I put, so right here. Once again, buy any amount of BTC every single month for the next 9 years to 2033 in self-custody, hold, stake, or lend and retire in 2023. Talk about it here today or about living well, blah, blah, blah. So, I really believe that. I really believe that with any amount of Bitcoin you save now, will translate into the future in 2033. It's the only asset in the world. It's got a limited supply. You got banks all over the world. You got who want in it, but they're not in it except one bank. You got BlackRock ETFs in the multi-millions that's already in Bitcoin. You got BlackRock is allowed to do options in Bitcoin as of last week. Any amount every single month you put in Bitcoin is going to be worth millions in 2033. Every single month put money in it. That kind of I'll kind of show you. So this is where I have money and Bitcoin and stuff like that. And look at that. Is that 62? What is that at? 61? It's at 62,225. This is how I kind of tell, like anything, and these are by the days. Anything green, I put my money in it and I just keep it in and take it out when it hits red. Put money when it's green, put it in, take it out when it's red. Now it's green. But I have money in it already. So, and that's for anyone. I can go to beer here, which is another meme coin. It's green. I have money in it already. I put money in it because a lot of it just hit the green, and I just put the money back in. And I just follow this every day. And every day it goes up. I sell it high, buy low. Sell it high, buy low. Now, what has this got to do with Trump? It has nothing to do with Trump. What I'm telling you with Bitcoin. This is why I think it is the only asset in the world, and we're talking gold, just there's lots of it, and there's gold being found every day, and it just goes up. Bitcoin is something. Bitcoin is something that goes up over time, no matter what. Right here, 62,000, that's plus 1%. World wallets right now is say there's 1 million wallets with 1 Bitcoin or more in it, and there's like 30 million wallets or something, or 100 million. I can't remember exactly how many wallets with Bitcoin in it. Now, the next halving is 2028, and then the bull run's 2029. Next halving after that, 2032, and then the halving after that, the bull run is 2033. The money you buy in Bitcoin, if you buy every single month for the next 9 years, the Bitcoin you accumulate, that Bitcoin will be worth so much to banks in the future, because banks will custody it, because I see it coming. You got ETFs already in there. You got retail money, people like me and you, except me, I'm a maxi, so I'm already kind of in it. But you got a whole bunch of people going as more monies be printed into the United States dollar, Canadian dollar, all over the world, this is the only asset that's deflationary, that people lose their keys and that money gets locked up. You got wars, you got national disasters, you got people. There's a percentage of people that in Ukrainian war and with on both sides, where some of them lost their keys because they got killed in battle. So all those keys get locked up, all that money gets locked up. The remaining Bitcoin is, and I see over time it going up because of stuff like that. Now, what I'm trying to convince people for a long time now is every single month, it doesn't matter what amount, you don't see Bitcoin as $62,000 for one coin. It's 62,000 divided into 100 million satoshis, which make up one Bitcoin. There's no such thing as a Bitcoin, basically. It's 100 million satoshis. So you divide that, which is about 1,500 satoshis approximate for $1 American dollar. Now, Chuck, what the hell are you getting at? Okay, just listen to me. Now your wallet that you're buying Bitcoin, your wallet, as time goes on, this year, next year, 4 years from now, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 years, the Bitcoins you accumulate, plus you could take that KuCoin like I do, and you put it in a staking right here. So here's staking. Now, sometimes the Bitcoin's in here at a really good price, but right now they don't have a Bitcoin. Actually, a second. Okay, so here it is here. So you can earn 0.04% to 3%. Now the 0.04% means if you put it in and you try to take it out in a month or so, then you're gonna earn this, right? If you leave it in for a year or more, then it's 3%. Now, whatever you earn over time, it says, okay, what happens is the Bitcoin, you say you have $1,000 in and you earn 0.0004 of a Bitcoin. It gets put in and now you earn a little bit more. Gets put in, earn a little bit more. Gets put in, and over 9 years, it's compound interest. Or you could do it a kind of a better way and just lend the Bitcoin out, and you might get a little bit more. I don't know if I could find this. So here's the other one. So you could lend your Bitcoin out. You can make 0.5%. Now, but this sometimes goes up, sometimes goes down. Sometimes it goes up to 25%, 7%. It's kind of it's a flexible. So as time goes on, if it goes higher and higher, then the percentage goes up low because it's going up higher. When it goes Bitcoin's lower, people want to lend to, or so you lend them the Bitcoin so they can make money up. They pay it, and that could be up to 25%. If you put your money in here, then the money over time, over 9 years, compound interest. But you're technically taking a risk to lending the money out, where staking is just is KuCoin takes the money, and Americans can't do it on KuCoin because you need KYC, and if you can't prove that you're not living in America, then they won't. This is a Canadian thing, because America, that's why you need Trump in power, because once that happens, then you will be able to do business anywhere, because he's going to open all that up. Trump's got his own coin now. Basically, he's got his own finance thing. Just opened up like last week. You probably heard that in the news. And he's got 4 collections of the NFTs, making him money. Probably helping up the campaign. I don't know, but it's true. It's there. where this here's the official collection of what's in just one collection. There's 3 collections now. So 15,837 Ethereum times whatever Ethereum is, that's how much money is it. There's a lot of, there are millions and millions of dollars in here. And this is his official collection, so it's no bullshit. Now, that's why I really believe he becomes president. He's going to open up the your whole American crypto industry. So, let's get back to Bitcoin again. We went from Trump. The wallet you hold now that has your Bitcoin in it, over 9 years, I put anywhere from 100 to 500 every single month, and without fail, because I really believe in this. In 2033, I'm gonna have a wallet with multi-millions of dollars, and I really believe that, because of compound interest and stuff like that, and as it goes up. Now, think of it this way. Here's the total supply of Bitcoin in the world, right? Now, roughly, this much is left to mine in Bitcoin. This much is lost. Institutional money owns probably about this much, where Michael Saylor, corporations, BlackRock, they own this much Bitcoin. This is how much of Bitcoin is technically left in the world. In circulation, maybe half that. That's it. This is what you're fighting over. This is the guys like me who own Bitcoin. This is all that's left to fight over. 50% of this, as the price goes up to 100,000 everything per coin, there's probably going to be about this much left over. Okay? This is all that's left. Now, the original little piece, that is what's left to mine, is over the next 100 years, because that's how the blockchain, that's how the mining works, right? So this year, maybe this much comes off in mining. Next year, maybe this much comes off in mining. That's what comes into the system. Okay. And this is on the mine. This hasn't even, this Bitcoin hasn't even been made yet. That's all that's left. That's all that's left. You got this much, and the one in the bottom here, that's all that's left to mine over 140 years or something like that. So this is all you got left to fight over. Now, estimate 2 billion to 5 billion wallets are coming in the next 9 years, because more nations that people do. You got currency debasement, you got more wars. So say you and I, in the next 9 years, this is what you and I have. What's this going to be worth in the world when there's 2 billion to 5 billion to maybe even 100 billion wallets? Because people want that Bitcoin. If you listen to me, this bit of Bitcoin here, you own. Now, just pretend this is all the wallets in the next 9 years that's going to come. Right now, the wallets maybe that's here is half of this. Out of all this, okay, this is this is the people that have wallets right now. This is the wallets coming in the next 2 years. These are all the wallets are not even created yet, that people are not desperate enough for Bitcoin or just plain don't believe it. But here's the bank, all the custody bank customer funds that's coming. That's just the bank alone. This is retail in the future coming, probably about, okay, this is the bank, this is retail. This is you that haven't bought Bitcoin yet. That's coming. And all these bank wallets, all these are going to be trying to get half of the new wallets that you and I created. And the Bitcoin, like I said, that was that's in the world, half of that, which is this much, out of that one big piece of paper. This is all that's left. What's that worth? 2033, 1 million to 10 million to $100 million. That's what all the Bitcoin's gonna be worth per coin. Anywhere from guaranteed 2033 1 million a coin to $100 million. So say over 9 years, you save 25.25% of one Bitcoin. Say Bitcoin was at $100,000, and the Bitcoin is 25% of that. You'd be sitting anywhere from just $25,000 over 9 years. You could save that. I'm doing it. I'm trying to get a whole Bitcoin in the next 9 years. So that one Bitcoin in 2033 is going to be worth between, because of all these wallets are coming, the banks, and then retail. And this is not even, this is more like this, plus this whole buck of retail money. This is wallets. Now, you're sitting on the Bitcoin that's right now, and all these wallets are going to be wanting this Bitcoin that you happen to be holding in your wallet over 9 years, and majority ain't going to happen in till the next bull run, which is 2029. Right now we're in just the bottom. Out of 12 steps, we're in the first step of this bull run. That's why I say 100,000. So, and you're saying, oh, well, they just make more. No, they can't make more. It doesn't work like that. Well, there's just going to be something better come along. No. Because you got all these cryptocurrencies. You got millions of them. Okay, now, guess who's the top dog? You guessed it, Bitcoin. The nearest rival is Ethereum at just $2,000. This is the top dog in price. Here's the top dog in price. Here's Tether Gold, which is the gold kind of Bitcoin kind of thing, but kind of gold, which is USDT, which is priced in an ounce of gold for the day kind of thing. It's 2,654. It's like digital gold. Instead of holding gold, you hold this. And then it comes Ethereum. Then it comes Maker at 1,004. There's nobody. There's people trying. There's even clones of Bitcoin. There's people trying to take its spot. And this is what you're up against. And there's millions of these coins. Millions. That's just page 1. There's page 2. And some of these are not even scratching the surface. And then so you got this is just page 2. Now I go to page 3. This is what you're up against for Bitcoin. That's why I tell people, Oh, there's so many. Well, once again, um, so this is Mother Iggy Azalea's coin. This is Iggy Azalea. You know who sang Fancy? This is her coin at 10 cents. If you bought a way cheap, you'd have a lot of money by now. So Bitcoin's the top dog. Always have, always will be. And it's the only one with 21 million. There's only a circulating supply of 19,763,343. That's it. Where some of these other ones, 120 million, 119,641,989,808. Here's 468 million, 35,521,000,000, 58. Okay. And then the highest circulating supply is BTT, which is 968,246,428,571,000. Okay, that's what you're up against there. But if they could figure out to take half the supply, you could be multimillionaires with that. Here's another one, Shiba Inu, 589,267,460. 589,267,460,496,649, and Pepe 420 billion, Bonk 71 million, eCash 71 trillion, 420 trillion, 19 trillion, 9 trillion, which is Floki. You got 146 on that one, and then you got and so on. Now, let's get back to Bitcoin. What is this going to do with Trump? Nothing. I'm talking about an asset. Let's find the top assets in the world. Okay, here's the top assets in the world. You got gold with 17 trillion. Bitcoin's taking about 1 or 2% of, so gold over time is going to go down because you got Bitcoin here, which is the 10th top asset in the world. Second asset in the world with 3.4 trillion is Apple. Microsoft with 3 trillion. NVIDIA is 3 trillion. Amazon 1 trillion. Silver 1 trillion. Saudi, which is the oil and gas company, whatever, that's 1 trillion. Meta 1 trillion. Now you got to remember, just like 4 or 5 years ago or less, a lot of these weren't even in the trillions of dollars yet, and just the value's gone up because the money supply has gone up. So Bitcoin's at 10th trillion. Berkshire Hathaway, which is Warren Buffett's company, that's even coming into the trillion range. You got Tesla 798 billion, and Walmart. So these are top assets. People go, oh, when the people invest in something, like even Ethereum's in 38th place, right, with 291 billion. So top 10 assets in the world. Now you're not just buying into something safe like gold, which has a supply that just goes up over time because more gold's found. This has a limited supply. Now, over time, this is going to be within the 5th spot because there's going to be, you got companies coming in and so on, and it's going to be taking a percentage of that. They're going to take a percentage of silver, so this is going to move up the list. And I've watched this move up the list for, like, this used to be way fucked down here, right? It's the 10th biggest asset in the world. Now this asset, like I showed you from that piece of paper, there's only this much left of this asset out of that. Out of all the supply in the world. So what's it going to be worth? going to be in this top 5 because that Bitcoin is adding 100 billion. It was just got over a trillion. It's at 229 billion. Then it's going to be 3 billion. Then it's going to go into 2 trillion. Once it gets into 2 trillion, then it's going to be in the top 5. And 2 trillion is going to be nothing to get there. Trust me. It's already it's only got 800 billion to go, which is nothing. Now, that asset you own is like buying a big percentage of Apple back in the day, and then you say you hold a percentage of Apple. To today, you'd be multi-millionaire. The money you put in Bitcoin this year, say you own a whole coin, that coin, once it gets into the trillions, it's going to be worth multi-millions. Just the tokens you own is going to be in here. That's why I've been buying Bitcoin every single month, because I want my Bitcoin into here. I really believe Bitcoin is going to be number 2. It's going to be gold, because this is like gold. It's going to be number 2. Eventually it's going to, because you got Apple, Microsoft, people, big companies who are trying to save money. Oh, this could be a long video, almost an hour. But if you watch to the very end, thank you. So that's why I tell friends, I tell family, I tell people work till I'm blue in the face, buy fucking Bitcoin, because they don't realize where Bitcoin's at in the world now. It's the 10th biggest asset in the world. In the world. The world. So what's your Bitcoin that you're gonna have in one wallet when there's billions? Because once this gets into this, actually, let's just go what total wallets are this. Just a second. Okay, if you're watching this video right now, number of Bitcoin owners 106 million. How many daily Bitcoin users? 400,000. 200 million number of Bitcoin wallets. Number of Bitcoin traders 53 million. I'm one of them. Okay, is nothing. No, I don't think so, pal. So, really? 2023 estimates show there are 106 million people who own Bitcoin. Now remember, Bitcoin owners 106 million, daily Bitcoin users 400 million, Bitcoin wallets, Bitcoin traders, daily Bitcoin transactions 270,000 Americans that heard of Bitcoin, 89% Americans that own Bitcoin, blah blah blah. So on the left of the bullet, this tells you Bitcoin addresses in total 460 million, but there's a lot of addresses that don't have no money in it. People just use it to trade, stuff like that. Core Bitcoin network 147 million associated with private wallets holding Bitcoin, which is nothing. Now, remember what I said, only 288 million people right here hold no limited economic value, hold no balance, 93% used only once, and because there's a lot of people just use it to transfer money and then they ditch it, right? So just say 100 million people with money in it. In the next 10 years, you're gonna have billions of people coming in. Billions of people are going to want tokens, want Bitcoin, but guess what? There's going to be none. It's going to be all held basically by me and you. Now, what's our Bitcoin worth in 2033? Million to 100 million. Because I just proved it to you. Now, people who... friends and family and everybody just, it's all bullshit. Well, I really believe I'm going to be a very fucking wealthy guy. Really, really wealthy, because my eyes are open to it. I showed you. and a store. Trump, congratulations. If not, God help Bitcoin. But it doesn't matter. I live in Canada and it won't affect me. It just will affect you Americans.